Hey comrades, this is a little vlog update. I've just returned from my trip. If you follow me on Facebook, then you know I came back from Rocky Mountains. But originally I wanted to go to Tak. It didn't happen. The Canadian borders are closed. But what I did try on this trip is I got a new telephoto lens. It's not the best quality, but that's what I had to play with. And now, coming back after this trip, I actually want to change direction of the whole YouTube channel that I got. As some of you know, I'm not a full-time YouTuber, and YouTubing does take time, all this editing. So I'm still finishing my Gulf Island series from last year. I think I got about 8 episodes left, so I'm gonna finish that. And the trip that I shot in the Rocky Mountains, I tried to shoot it in a form of documentary with narration that I'm gonna do after, with some history of some places. So I want to change it more towards sort of a cinematic presentation of places where I go rather than vlog style. So BC Gulf Islands is going to be my last vlog. There might be a few times when I go off-roading here and there with people, but it's still going to be in the vlog style. But any big trips that I shoot from now on, it's going to be in the form of documentary. And for that, of course, I need big lens, you know, shoot wildlife, integrate those shots, the interesting landscapes, basically things my eyes can't reach in this lens. So I met with Giuseppe, my comrade, and he's a wildlife photographer. He's been at it for 10 years or so, and he brought his gear for me to play around, feel it. You know, it's big lenses. I can no longer use my setup with you know, heavy big lens, which is probably what, 3 kilos. Then the camera, the whole setup is probably like 4 or 5 kilos altogether, so you can only shoot on tripod. So there's some gears that I'm gonna be getting soon. I will play with his stuff today, and yeah, maybe after New Year I'll actually go on some trip somewhere, short one, and experiment with this. So this is Giuseppe. You probably recognize him from a Jeep crashing video. That's
long time ago.
That's my favorite one. Yeah. What can you say about using lenses like this, the huge size ones?
Well, it's a lens that you cannot really bring with you if you go on a hike. Like, they weigh a lot, and then you need a sturdy tripod as well that you need to bring with you. It's quite a setup as well. Every time you have to open the tripod, position the camera. So unless you want to handhold it becomes a cumbersome task every time. So I would definitely not bring that lens on a hike unless I know for sure that there is something that needs that lens.
But if you work out like Arnold, you can do it, yes?
I do work out like Arnold though, like even more. But yeah, but it's a great lens. I usually bring it I put it on the other side of the seat, on the other seat, on the passenger seat in the van, and then when I drive around, the lens is ready to go. So if I see something on the side of the road, you're ready to shoot.
That's a big lens, yeah, for sure. So this version here is 150 to 600 millimeter Sigma Sport, right?
Yeah.
Sport?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the version I want to get is 60 to 600 millimeter sport, which is roughly the same size. I think it might be a little fatter, a little bit. It's definitely heavier than this lens. Oh, actually no, they use some new technology, whatever. My lens, like it's actually lighter than this lens somehow.
Yeah, could be. I mean, that's
by half a kilo, I think.
Chunky, heavy.
So
but the thing is that the head here is the very good one. It's a good fluid head, so you can do very smooth movements. And if you are shooting video with the lens like this, you definitely need something
so
like that.
for me, that's the video head I need pretty much.
But this is also heavy. I also have a little one that I bring on hikes that is much lighter than this. But this one is, the tripod doesn't move that much. It's pretty sturdy. And then you can adjust how smooth the movement is and how hard it is.
And actually for film, for video, you need more resistance, right?
Yes, yes, definitely, because you wanna lock the panning.
Kind of researching stuff on YouTube and picking. I don't have this stuff, but I kind of know already why and people do certain things.
It's good. You gotta research.
Yeah. Well, I know the challenges I'm gonna face for sure. This is not a toy you play with. It's like, it's dedication for sure. And I'm sure there's gonna be moments where I'm just like you, in camouflage, sitting in wetness, just waiting for that little film, whatever it is I want to show.
Possibly, yeah. But there are also parks where, you know, the animals are more accessible. If you go to Glacier National Park, maybe you have to hike more. If you go to Yellowstone National Park, sometimes you can find animals on the side of the road. And that's why the camera is always sitting on the passenger seat at all times. And because my vehicle is actually a right-hand drive, I am right on the right side of the road where I need to be, so I can shoot.
The other reason I want this, not just for wildlife, but also, let's say, events. For example, racing, or we have events here in the mud. People play, right? Like trucks and like crazy rigs. I remember last year, I couldn't, like, unless you change location, you can't shoot any video. Right? With this, you can be in one location, and you can have absolutely view of the whole field of everything and not miss a shot. And shoot slow motion and crazy stuff, you know, like mud sprinkling from the wheel, you know, 120 frames a second.
Yeah, it's definitely versatile, especially the 60 to 600. I mean, when I shoot sport, I don't usually use this one as much because it's fairly long. It's too long and it's big again, but I have a 120-300 2.8 that is twice as heavy as this. Like
how much?
120 to 300 2.8.
So why is it heavier than this?
It's 2.8 fixed. It's fantastic, but it's very, very heavy. So I used to use that one a lot, and then I got rid of it because it didn't find any use. It was too heavy. So it doesn't make sense. So 70 to 100. Now that the mirrorless don't lose really any stop and focusing speed with the teleconverters, 70 to 100 with the teleconverter is perfect.
But the other downside to lens like this shooting, atmospheric distortion. As you were saying, and I've seen some videos already, probably like 30-40% of the time you want to shoot something, you're battling with like that heat.
Heat distortion.
That you would get like in deserts and stuff, but it can happen in the winter. It's just any atmospheric change because the zoom is just too great.
Yeah, but then it's also like you can't really do anything about it. Like it's just the way it is. So you have to deal with it, especially in winter when the light is backlit, the subject is backlit, and you get a lot of warm light that is melting the water from the night. Like sometimes we shoot very early in the morning. And you have a lot of that heat coming up, basically, like heat distortion. So.
Okay, so I guess we lock this thing here, up and down, right?
Left and right.
Left and right, yeah. Hey. So it seems like it's not too heavy. Well, in the beginning, but I guess after an hour, your neck and everything's gonna be sore. But that's, I guess, how they generally carry this stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like a freaking photography model here. Well, I guess the balance is going to be easier if you retract the legs, but still, I imagined it would be heavier than it is right now.
That's because he hasn't done
many kilometers with that on the shoulder.
How much is a tripod like this?
It's $1,000 or
Oh,
something.
why did I ask? How much is a video head?
The video head is not that expensive. I don't remember how much it is, but it's not really that expensive. I think it's $300.
Well, it's only
$300.
$300. Yeah, just this little piece here. It's only 300. But yeah, tripods, they say if you invest, because videos I've seen, it's like invest once, buy a really good one, and it's for life basically.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you invest once and forget about it.
This one is already 10 years and it looks like new and has been in a few different countries. So
Okay.
I keep it nice, but yeah.
The Arca Swiss, is this how I take it off?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now that I hold it in actual hands, it is heavy, yeah, for sure. And I guess this button here is to mount, to flip it here, the support.
Yes, you can rotate that.
Okay, because I noticed lots of photographers, whatever, they just do that.
Yes, because you can handle it better.
Yeah, like this, right? Yeah. Oh, and it locks and oh no.
You have to, when it clicks, then you can
Yeah,
screw
and then,
it.
okay, so they do kind of that. Oh, my hand is already getting tired. Actually, you know, it's...
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I need to start working out. And then, where's the zoom here? Left, right. Ugh. Oh, one more thing, right? Like, once you hold the lens like that, you can't hold camera anymore. You're gonna break the mount.
Yeah, you don't want to hold
Like,
it from the
you
camera.
only, this is how you carry this stuff.
Use two hands
heavy.
usually. One you can put it on the zoom, on the very end of the lens.
But even...
No, on the other side, on the very front. Because you can push-pull this one.
You mean like this?
Yeah, where the... Like a little bit forward. Your hand.
This?
Your hand, the other hand. Yeah, there.
Oh,
So
like
you
this,
can
yeah,
push
yeah.
and pull. Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
So it's a lens that is been designed that way because it's more comfortable.
God, already my hands are tired. It's well, it's like a carton of milk. You know those 4-liter milk
Yeah.
bottle, and you constantly. Okay, I need to work out my biceps. Yeah, I feel it in the biceps.
Biceps
right now.
and core.
Okay. This is carrying wire. Well, this is how you carry generally, right?
Yeah.
If you don't tripod it.
I have a strap that is specifically made for bigger lenses, and I carry
Mount it
it.
here, right? And that's how you.
Yes. Yeah.
That's how I carry my gimbal right now too. But I guess you don't want to also turn the lens while holding camera, right? Because you're putting stress on the mount. I mean, extend zoom. You don't like.
No, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay. Well, I need to test this a little bit right now. See how shaky the motion is handheld. It's probably completely garbage, right? This is image stabilized, obviously.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and it's
Do you
pretty
have
good.
it in body stabilization?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my god! I mean, this feels natural. Exercises every morning from now on. Well, those guys left, and it's good I got to try this big lens. It's definitely super heavy, and now I'm actually leaning towards not getting it, because the initial setup, right, I would need a proper tripod for it, proper video head, the size, the carrying, the whole idea, hiking, integrating more wildlife and nature into shots, or like super zoom, very cool shots of like vehicles and off-roading. It's something I definitely will have in the future, but it's cumbersome. Now that I tried it, it's lots of work. It's not easy to handle. So what I think I'm gonna do instead, and was part of a plan, it's like, which lens do I get? Right now I have 16mm that I'm shooting on at crop sensor that makes it about 28mm, and for vlogging it's perfect lens. It's absolutely amazing prime lens, but problem is switching. And now I have gimbal from the past trip that I got, and the 200mm lens that fits on still works with gimbal. It's not the best quality lens, but it still can do the job what I need to shoot. Not the quality I want, but the job can be done with it. There's been cases on the past trip where I simply couldn't reach the wildlife I wanted to shoot. That's why I had that idea. I need a 600mm lens. But maybe I just need teleconverter on that 200 lens and it's gonna do the job. Actually, I'll look into it, because then it's gonna transform it into 400mm lens. But what I'm liking is, especially now with gimbal, is the ability to just situationally zoom a little bit. So I think instead, temporarily, right now for the next year or two, what I'm gonna get is 16 to 50 millimeter lens zoom, 2.8. Sony, the one Sony came up with just recently. It's a new lens. However, talking to Giuseppe now, he said there's a Sigma lens that's something like 50 to 100 even, optically stabilized, and I need to look it up online. Maybe it's probably going to be more expensive, but that's probably all around most common scenarios shooting. That's probably the lens I need more right now, and it's less investment of money because I didn't need to buy expensive tripod, video head, all that stuff, and it's gonna work with the gimbal I got right now. So yeah, no more 600 lens as I kind of dreamed in the past month or so. But it doesn't change the fact that what I said, I'm not gonna shoot any more stuff in the vlogging style. I really want to get into more cinematic documentary style vlogging, and actually we discussed with Giuseppe just now, if Northwest Territory borders open next year or in August due to COVID, if they open, we're probably gonna go together, him and me, and we're gonna try to do very awesome documentary about maybe like a couple of parts documentary. Well, stick around guys, after I finish BC Gulf Island series in the new year, probably January, I'm gonna start editing, maybe like February or March. I'm probably gonna release first episode of that little documentary I tried to shoot. I think it's gonna turn out okay, but once I get to editing, it's really gonna reveal what I did wrong and what I did right, and that's gonna be learning experience for the Arctic trip next August. I kind of thought about it lately, like why do I want to improve my setup? Why do I want to make better videos? And it really comes down to me sort of wanting to express life in general, life, this universe, or if you want to call it divinity, whichever angle you're viewing it from, capture in its fullness, in its unfoldment, in its expression. Being an artist, 3D artist, maybe that's just part of my calling, but the more I shoot videos, the more it's kind of like when you're a camera operator, you almost need to be part of the scene, the action, so you become the actor. And a video I saw just recently, that's exactly one of the Steadicam operators, how he was saying that, and how director actually treats him as that he is the actor. It's the choreography in cinematography that creates beautiful framing, beautiful pictures. So I want to be that. I find it that people out here in outback, backcountry, whatever you want to call it, tend to take off their civilization mask, and meeting people on the road really brings out their essence, rather than when you meet people in civilization, because people you meet out here, in some ways you meet people that are a little bit fed up with civilization, fed up with daily routines, I would say a little bit of woke, but woke in a different way, not a woke movement that's happening nowadays. I don't know, maybe I found my life's calling to be a camera operator. I have no idea, but I wanna push it further. I wanna try harder. I wanna get it to look beautiful. That's just an artist speaking in me. So where some of these gear upgrades will take me, I don't know, but I definitely want to make good things on video. Alright, so that was my little vlog, a little ramble, so see you guys later, ciao! Hey comrades, don't forget to hit that like button and also leave a comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you should by hitting that subscription button and also bell notification next to it, so you can actually get my video updates both in notification in your video feed, and as well you can support this channel if you like my videos through PayPal or Patreon in the links down below or just after this video.